What's up, everybody? It's almost Halloween, and me and my wife did something really stupid. Alright, so this may be the last video we ever record. We're gonna go try to freak Donnie and Aaron out at their new house that they bought. This is Kristen's cousin and his fiance, Aaron, otherwise known as Donnie and Aaron from Terraform podcast. If you used to watch us there, if you used to watch us on Terraform, then you have heard Kristen tell all these spooky stories about the house she grew up living in, right? Donnie actually recently bought that house.
Sorry we didn't make it to the fajitas, Jamie.
This is their first night alone, and me and Kristen thought it would be good to try to scare them, just make a couple noises outside the window, stuff like that. Maybe they think it's the Hat Man that Kristen saw. Stuff got a little out of control. Donnie is probably gonna shoot us. Alright, here we go. We may be filming our murder. You hear the band playing in the background. There was a football game going on nearby, and so that's what all that drumming noise is. So that's me scratching my fingernails on their window, which is making me cringe listening back to it because it's a terrible sound. But I took off one way, Kristen took off the other way. So we were checking the messages. We cut out a lot of dead air, where we just sat there waiting. Kristen decided to smack the side of the house, just give it a nice thud on the wall. We're thinking, here's the thing. We made sure they were awake. We knew what they were doing. They were watching a movie. We had been messaging them all day. We message them almost every day, all day in a group chat we have. Normally, the first thing that happens, me and Kristen hear something in our house as we send them a message, even if we're half joking, like, oh, there's a ghost. I just heard a noise in the kitchen, and we're expecting that in the group chat. They are not opening the group chat at all. You can see when someone's looking on the group chat. We can't see that at all. And so we're thinking, oh, they didn't hear the fingernails because they're not saying anything and nothing's happening. No lights are flipping on or anything like that for us to think. We're like, okay, they're in this movie. The volume's probably up loud. They don't even hear. So Kristen's like, let me give a nice thud to the side of the house so we can get a freaking light to come on. We're not thinking this is going to be anything at all. This is going to be no big deal. Like, they're going to hear it. They're going, what the heck is that? Flip the light on. We're going to be right there. So right there, you hear Kristen saying, you think they can even hear it? Which I'm thinking, no, they cannot hear it at all, which is why they're not saying anything in the group chat, which is why they're not saying who's out there. They're not opening the freaking blinds. They're not flipping any lights on. It's just pure silence, right? And then I noticed that my shadow is showing on the window to the left. I'm like, wait, I'm trying to remember the outline of this house. Because again, Kristen's childhood home. And I'm like, wait, is this the bathroom over here, or is that the other window in their room? Is there another window on that side? Kristen says it's the bathroom, and then she goes, no, wait, that is the bedroom. So I'm like, crap, they may be able to see my shadow on this window. We take off running. And now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, this is nearing an end because there's no way they didn't see my shadow. I know they're not hearing the noises, which come to find out they were hearing every single noise. But now they see the shadow. I was like, okay, so now it's about to come to an end because we don't want to freak them out too much, right? There's a difference between making people think it's a ghost and making people think it's an intruder or someone trying to break into your house. So there's not a single freaking light that comes on in this house. No messages to the group chat. Absolutely radio silence, which is unusual if something's going on. Because again, we know Donnie and Aaron. And we are the type of people, us and them, where even if we think something serious is going on, we're messaging them to let them know, you know? Like, hey, I think so. If they think someone's breaking in, I think someone's breaking in the house right now. Like Donnie would be doing one thing and Aaron would be like, guys, I think something's going on. And there's nothing, nothing, nada. So we're like, okay, so they didn't see the shadow. So they probably have a curtain up. So now back to normal. They haven't heard any noises is what we're thinking. They haven't heard any noises. They didn't see the shadow. We're trying to scare them. What the heck do we have to do to scare them? So now I'm just going to have to tap on the window. And this is going to end it all because they're going to hear the tap. And then the freaking bedroom light's going to come on and we're going to go, ah, gotcha. So, a message comes through. I haven't opened it to read it yet, but I see Aaron said something. So it's like, finally, they're freaking telling us, like, we're hearing a noise on the window or whatever. And the kitchen light also comes on, right? So we run away so we're not at the kitchen, and we're going to go to the side of the house and check the message right now to see what she said.
Should we tell them?
Aaron says, bruh, WTF, something loud just banged behind the house. Something just tapped the window. We didn't know what to say at this point. The Kristen's wondering, when should we say something to them? And I'm thinking, okay, we're about to call it off. You know, we're about to be like, yeah, we gotcha or whatever. But then Aaron says, like straight up knocked on the glass, Donnie is calling the cops now. This, to me, was a red flag that they knew it was us because it's so us to mess with them, right? And this is their first night in this house. And we had been hyping them up about it being haunted. And then they hear tapping on the glass. And knowing them, or we thought we knew them, they're not going to call the cops. Like usually, Donnie is the person in the horror movie who hears a noise and walks towards it. So when they say that, I'm thinking BS, they know it's us and they want us to come out and say something. They want us to say, no, don't call the cops. So they can reverse Uno. They can Uno reverse that fear. You know, we were trying to put fear in them, but instead they're going to put the fear in us. That's my thought right here when she says that.
No. They lying.
Yeah, Kristen even says they lie and she doesn't believe it either. I just stay silent because we're thinking about it. We're like, are they? But there's no way. There's no way. So I end up sending a message back saying lying with a laughing face. Aaron says straight up, I'm scared. I'm thinking, shut up, dude. No, you're not. And I say, Hat Man, bruh. because I'm trying to figure out what they actually think it is. At this point, we're just so confused, and this messaging's happening pretty fast at this point. Lying, straight up, I'm scared. Hat man, bruh.
Should we tell them?
So Kristen's getting super worried at this point. Josh, are they calling the cops? And honestly, I start to have a little bit of fear too. And I'm like, there's no freaking way though. They didn't call the cops over a tap on the window. So we're making our way to the front door. I am still convinced they know it's us. So I'm like, I'm just going to go knock on the door. They're going to open it and they're going to be like, I freaking knew it was you, is how in my head this is going to happen, right? I should say the porch light is on, so he's obviously going to like look through the peephole and see me standing there. So I'm not thinking like, oh, he's going to freaking shoot or something because he thinks someone's in the backyard. Now someone's knocking on the door in pitch black. Like he's going to look through the peephole for sure and he's going to see me standing there. I knock and I'm standing there. He hasn't opened yet, so now I do get fearful. I'm like, oh crap. They're scared actually. I guess I should have thought about the fact this is their first time living alone. Just now got engaged and just now living on their own. This is their first night on their own. Not only that, in a town. They are used to living in the middle of nowhere. No one's going to knock on your door in the country, dude, or you're for sure shooting, right? You're living in town. People knock sometimes, dude. It's scary, but it's like the neighbor kid. I threw my ball in your backyard. Can I go get it? We're not taking any of this into account. So I knock, nothing happens. I noticed that I got another snap while we were walking on the front porch, and it was a video of Donnie calling the cops.
The window, but we've been hearing a bunch of noises back there. And then, like I said, somebody just tapped on the window behind me. Bro, I called the cops.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God.
You lie.
I swear to God, they're on their way.
You're full of it.
No, you straight up called the cops.
Oh my God.
So we got the cops called on us. I've never had the cops called on me in my life. I've been a Boy Scout, bro. And I didn't believe it until the second I watched the video, and even listening to the video while I was standing on the porch, I remember thinking it doesn't sound right. He's acting. I think he's acting because he's like, yeah, I heard noises. And I'm like, oh, they're going far. Like, I am refusing to accept it. Kristen's like, no, Josh, I think they called the cops. Like, we should say something. And I'm like, well, I knocked. Like, he's going to come look out the door. If he called the cops, he's going to think it's the cop knocking. Sure enough, he looked out, he saw me, he opened it, and he was like, dude, we freaking called the cops. And he shows me the phone. And I was like, well, freaking call them back, dude. So he does. He calls him back. And he said, it was our friend. They were messing with us because they knew this was our first night in this house alone. I was expecting them to still send an officer over just to be safe. But she was just like, okay, gotcha. Sounds good. I'll let the officer know. Thankfully, the cops never made it over there. Me and Kristen stayed over there for a couple hours after just to be safe, just in case we needed to talk to him. No one ever showed up. We were good. What a freaking experience. I would not recommend doing that. I'll never do it again. I'm 30 years old, dude. I don't need the cops calling me for tapping on someone's freaking window for a prank, dude. I want it to be a ghost, not an intruder, but that's not the way it turned out. You guys make sure to go subscribe to Terrorform Podcast as well as Off Brand Horror. Thanks for watching. Peace.